sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Mahog Sar. That makes 4 out of...
No backing down!
Sword Lane Alpha!
I'm on it!
Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
One more!
Take this! You're finished!
If they rush
Rising
you,
Wyvern!
you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Luna Rongo!
Let's
Do it! Not a chance!
Wow! Look what I just found.
Right, here goes! Come and face me! Rising Ps5! You picked the wrong fight! Luna
Well,
Rongo!
someone's hands in tip-top form. Nothing new about that. And still as humble as ever.
Do it!
Crush!
Didn't even break a sweat.
What's this thing?
Maybe something's going on in the forest. Little help!
Sword Lane Alpha!
One more!
Rising Wyvern! Luna Rongo!
This one.
Do it!
Radiant astral energy! Full throttle!
Eat this! You're done!
Rising Wyvern!
Now!
My turn! Here I come! Together, that wasn't even a problem. There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while, Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. There's a nice breeze here. Hup! Looks like I lost it. Hup! Looks like I lost it. Not my lucky day, I guess. Reel it in. I'll get you next time. Reel it in. That was disappointing. There we go. I'll get you next time. Could it be? Good fishers always keep their cool. All right. I'll get you next time. I've got something. You've got to know when to quit. Reel it in. I'll let you go this time. All right. You've got to know when to quit. Reel it in. I'll let you go this time. There we go. Good fishers always keep their cool. There we go. I'll let you go this time. All right. You've got to know when to quit. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. You guys ready to hit the road? I know I am.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Okay, here I go. We've got flyers. I'm ready. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly
Don't mind
not.
if I do.
You're mine!
It's go time!
Luna Rongo!
Dance in the
These
wind.
little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Sword Ray
content.
Alpha!
Resonate with the earth.
Rising Wyvern! Luna Rongo!
I must keep striving. You can ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black.
Good advice for all of us, to be honest.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place. All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! Lunarongo!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Now we're not...
Soaring Light Spear!
In a bind?
Mirage! Lunarongo! Sword Rain Alpha! Take this! It's over! Lunarongo!
You require a hand. No further. A thrilling performance. Can you take it?
Mirage!
The earth throbs.
Here's evil!
Lunarongo!
The earth throbs in pain.
Lightning orb! Raging cascade! Spread!
Now we're not...
Rising Wyvern!
No further.
Lunarongo!
Mega Ray! Lightning!
Elusive Rising Wyvern! Go! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed blow.
I'm out! Lightning condemned!
Rising Wyvern! Lunarongo!
You're mine.
Mirage! You're mopping! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern!
Now! Mom! Get toasty!
Burst strike!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I said...
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Luna Rondo! Begin! Okay, here I go! Resonate with the earth! Luna Rondo!
You got company? I'm so good with airborne targets.
I owe you.
Take this! Take this! Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Now!
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
It's over!
Nothing gets by
Can you take it?
Rising Wyvern!
Air thrust!
Not today! Take this!
Do it!
Deity! To the left! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around. This one's mine.
Certainly not.
Rising Wyvern!
Air thrust!
Everyone hanging in there?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
He's not in your dreams. Where are you going? It's a duel of the arts.
Damn it! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Dead.
Radiant, look here.
No escape!
Lightning
Rising
Warrior,
Wyvern!
here.
That's my cue.
Luna Rondo! Shut him down! Hold nothing back!
We're on the home stretch
Double
now.
me! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Thank you.
You say stand back. I'll trip it up.
Not today!
Resonate with the earth! Still up!
It's time.
One more time.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it.
All yours, Kisara!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
I have a bad feeling about
Rising
this.
Wyvern! Come and face me!
Radiant Storm.
Mirage!
Here's evil. Freeze Lancer. Ready.
Take this!
Leave the enemy's arms to me!
Let the marksman handle
No complaints here!
this one's mine.
Now! Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Not on my watch. Back into the fray.
You're finished!
Annihilation.
Luna Rondo! Soaring Light Sphere!
I'm ready!
Look off!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Tempest!
Here I come!
Shield
Elusive Deity!
Here's evil. Freeze
Sword
Lancer.
Rain Alpha!
Now.
Elusive Deity!
Soaring Light!
Demons Descent! Flashing Fang! We can really make weapons with this?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Rising Wyvern! Ignite!
Elusive
Luna
Deity!
Rondo!
Primed and ready. I got it.
Here I come!
Spear.
You're finished!
Where are you going? Do it.
I can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just watch
Do
and
it!
see.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Don't get careless!
Sword rain out! Don't tell me! Rising Wyvern! Eat dirt!
Here's evil! This one's mine! It's like trying to keep up with a wall! Where are you going?
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Lightning! Hear me!
I'm not
Raven
done!
Fury!
Lunar Rondo!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Lunar Rondo!
Certainly not.
Lunar Rondo!
Lightning can... Don't mind if I do! Magna Ray!
Rising Wyvern! Burn!
I'm out of ammo!
Lunar Rondo! Rising Wyvern!
Elusive deity!
Prepare to be
Lunar
sealed,
Rondo!
fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Great!
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I have a bad feeling about
Rising
this.
Wyvern! I'll take you all off! Lunar Rondo!
Here I go!
You're finished!
Elusive deity!
Rising Wyvern!
Radiant Pierce! Astral Fuse!
Lunar Rondo!
Glacial Spear! We're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Rising Wyvern!
Into the center!
You're on!
You're mine!
Do it!
It's on!
Hey! Blow them away!
I need to be stronger.
What's this thing?
Come one, come all! Rising Wyvern!
Can you take it?
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
You're mine!
Take this!
You're finished! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo!
Do it!
Rising Wyvern!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Elusive deity!
It's over! Lunar Rondo! You're on! Rising
You
Wyvern!
are in
I'm
tip-top
ready.
shape.
In an instant! Impact Block!
Looks like it could be worth something.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain,
Don't get careless.
Rising Wyvern!
Don't tell
Where are
me!
you going?
Lunar Rondo!
Confiscated!
Can you take it?
I'm
I'm ready!
You're on!
Let's go!
Rising Wyvern!
evil! Lightning raging cascade!
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
Dance in the
This
wind!
one's all mine!
Air
Burn! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Dance in the wind! Here!
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo!
Elusive deity!
Alright,
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know.
This one will be difficult to predict. I shall ensure you survive this.
Elusive deity!
Don't mind if I do!
Lunar Rondo!
Radiant Blast! Reload!
You're mine! It's over! Lunar Rondo! We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left!
No
Right.
further!
No time to hold back.
It's in the sky and mine! Lightning Orb! I never miss! Alright! It's showtime!
This one's all mine! Rising Wyvern! Ignite! Rising Wyvern!
Elusive deity!
Here I come!
Freeze Blade!
Ah!
Dance in the wind!
Rising Wyvern! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Here's that
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
My exploits are bearing fruit. Discourteous, aren't you?
Sword Rain Alpha! Here! Rising Wyvern!
You're mine!
Lunar Rondo!
Watch him!
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! I'm not done! Lunar Rondo!
Annihilation! Mega
Take
Ray!
this!
Annihilation!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Lunar Rondo!
Healing circle!
Here I come!
Your helping me has become a pattern. It's for the good of all of us. Is it now?
Ignite! Can you take it? Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Sword Rain
Dance in the
Alpha!
wind! Mega Ray! Please now! Let's get you all tucked away!
Smash you!
Here I go! It's over!
Now we're
Forward
not.
up!
Elusive deity!
Lightning
New
Orb!
melody!
Lunar Rondo!
Go! Mega Ray!
I'll face you!
Mirage!
Dance confiscated!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Flame!
Take this!
Reload!
Lunar Rondo!
Mega Ray!
Mirage!
Lightning Orb!
No escape!
Whoa! Hey!
Lunar
What is
Rondo!
Nature the earth!
Field! Let's get you all
Take
tucked
it!
away! I'm out!
This one's all mine!
Let's go!
Lunar Rondo!
Reload!
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you?
I'm not really built for close quarters combat.
Nor am I. Don't worry. I'll help you keep a wide berth.
Reload! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
You picked the wrong fight!
There's more where that came from. Looks like some solid equipment.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
us! This one's tough!
Where are you going?
Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Take this! It's over! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Lunar Rondo! Rising Wyvern!
In a bind?
Mirage!
I'll be saving you.
Lunar Rondo!
Can you take it?
Where are you going?
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! This one's all mine! Ignite! Lunar Rondo!
I'll face you.
Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Seems about right to me.
I need something to eat.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Glacial Spear.
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo!
Resonate with the earth.
Lunar Rondo!
Dance in the wind.
Rising Wyvern!
Air thrust.
Rising Wyvern! Ability! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
I'll face you.
Lunar Rondo!
Raging Cascade.
Mirage!
Tiger Wave.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... This is the power of the blazing sword!
Lost.
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo!
Raging Cascade.
Lunar Rondo!
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Eternal Devastation! Lunar Rondo!
I thought you were going to wreck the place.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
Rising
These
Wyvern!
little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking,
In a bind?
more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Lunar
content.
Rondo!
I'll face you.
Elusive Alpha!
Now.
Glacial Spear.
Astral Energy.
Say no more! Shut!
Well done.
That's what I like to hear.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldomenencia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menencia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? This one's all yours! Now,
Got it.
while it's reeling!
Now's our chance. Where are you going?
Rotating
You're on! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
You're on!
Rotating pile drive. Benediction light.
Rising Wyvern!
Take this.
In here.
Take this!
You're there with the others.
Enjoy.
This one's all mine!
Rotating pile drive.
You can
Show me your
The enemy's up!
Weaken.
I owe you one! This ends now! You're
In a
mine!
bind.
Heal! Fury! Get out there with the others.
Take this.
Pierce the evil. Banana, let's go!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you?
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought you were...
I'm fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can. Can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah. This doesn't seem like the kind of place people
Nios
actually
NC
live.
site.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?